Mac, man. If y'all came on earlier, you probably saw my video where I illustrated how I feel about food sacrifice to idols, and then people trying to bring me a plate. Yeah, that shit was real. That shit wasn't no damn acting. That wasn't none of that shit. What I'm doing right now is real. Let me move this out of the way so y'all can get a good idea. Got my hot dogs. I'm about to put those on and cook those real quick. So let me get those to simmering while I'm waiting to start my next portion of what I'm gonna be cooking. Cause I cook for myself, man. On these holidays when people think I'm sitting around and I'm being screwed and I'm just sitting in the house and I'm starving and all of that shit. No, brother man in here cooking. Cause see, my parents taught me how to cook. Not only did my mom teach me, but my dad also taught me. So what I'm doing right here, right now, I have a piece of cabbage, which I've cut into a section because now I'm going to take my grater and I'm going to make me some coleslaw. This is a process in which you go by to make, if you like that fine coleslaw, you don't like them big ass chunks of them cabbage and shit, to make steamed cabbage, that's what the hell it look like. But you like that finely grated coleslaw, that shit that you can put on a hot dog or on a fish sandwich, that's what I'm making. That's the way that I make mine. And I use my grater and I take my time to make this shit because I really like it like that. And that's my trademark little thing right there that I do. I make my coleslaw. And when you make a good ass coleslaw, you can eat that shit with anything. Let me show y'all how I'm grating this shit. I got this shit right here on the motherfucking spindle. And I got it in the pot right here that I'm going to be adding all my other stuff to. And you got to kind of hold it together because if you don't, you get to a certain portion to where the cabbage starts to unravel and shit, which is going to have little leafy parts hanging off of it, and you just have to manage that as well as you can while you're still breaking down the rest of the cabbage, man. You see that shit? That shit's coming out beautiful, man. It's a very lovely texture. Look at how fine that cabbage is. You can damn near make sauerkraut out of that shit if you wanted to, but I don't even fucking like sauerkraut. So I'm not making that shit. But you could if you wanted to, you know, with how fine this cabbage is being grated with this grater. I don't really need to make a whole lot because it's just really gonna be me. I got a pack of hot dogs and that's all I really need. I bought me some bread yesterday. So, you know, I don't be around this month starving and shit like people want to make it out to be. They play that fucking old sad ass trope in their mind because they want to feel like they're really important in somebody's life, and if they're not there to do what they do, then you just go without and you just be so sad. But I just want to show y'all that a brother feeding for his motherfucking self when it comes down to these holidays and eating and all of that shit. I eat very well, and I take my time to cook my meals and prepare my meals because, you know, I love me and I appreciate me and I appreciate all of the effort that I put into destroying these bullshit ass myths that people like to put out on the holidays. You know, I really, really do put a lot of time and effort into that. I feel it's very important that people have an understanding of all sides of this shit because you have crazy motherfuckers who try to make you feel like if you don't damn do what everybody else do during these holidays, then you're some type of social outcast and you're not with getting with the program. Well, I'll tell you about that program. I've never gotten with the program, and anybody who would fix their ugly ass mouth to say to me, get with the program, Bishop Daryl Shaw. I'll never get with no motherfucking program. Fuck the program. The program is the problem. So you can keep your program to your damn self. I'll never get with that program. I remember that dude stated that to me one time. When you gonna get with the program, Deacon? Nigga, I'll never get with the motherfucking program, especially your program, because your program is full of shit. Full of baby back shit. And so, yeah, I got my own program that I get along with. If anybody has a problem with me offending a man of God, my number is 254-450-0518. You can call me and we can talk about what I have to say about men of God. And these so-called pastors who are trying to recruit other men. I am not recruitable. I am not that guy that you are going to brainwash into believing that I need you in my life, especially as a wise counselor or whatever else you would try to come into my life and present yourself as. You're not those things to me. And so I speak to you according to how I feel about you. And this young gentleman has garnered a whole lot of animosity from me because of his bullshit character and or lack of character, I should say. I always say that people lack character. They don't have bad character. They just lack character because character is a good thing. But yeah, this guy, he garnered some pretty offensive thoughts from me. And so, especially using that term, get with the program, that shit right there just turned me all the way off with him. He said, get with the program, bro. That shit right there let me know that he was trying to program niggas. That shit will never fly with me. That shit will never go over well with someone like me. I've gotten with people programs before, and man, the shit that I dealt with afterwards was absolutely not worth it. I vowed to never get with anybody else's program ever again, and anybody who ever came to me with that type of terminology would get the business. And so, as you can see, I put some mayo in there. Had to throw my mayo in there. Then you have to add your sweet relish. Make sure that you put your mayo and your sweet relish in first. Why should you put your mayo and your sweet relish in first, Kunka? Well, because you want to get that general mix. Those are the two overriding flavors that you're going to taste throughout your coleslaw. And so you want to make sure that you get those in there first and get them stirred in well. Because what's going in next is going to be your seasonings. And your seasonings are what's going to really give you your taste. So like right now I'm going with the black pepper. Making sure that I get that black pepper in there real good. Because I want to have a little spice, a little kick to it. You know, I don't want it to just be flavorful and bland. I want it to have a bite out. You know what I'm saying? And when I hit it one time with my hot dogs or whatever else I choose to have with it, that shit goes to the bite out. You know, when I taste it, when I eat it. Now, this one right here is tricky because you got to add a little salt to it. There's you don't want it to have that bland Caucasian-esque taste to it. You know what Caucasian ass taste I'm talking about? The no salt, no anything to bring it out. So you add your salt, and you add that salt like I just did. Did y'all see how I did it? If you didn't, I took the salt and I poured it in my hand, which is clean. I washed my hands definitely 2 times. And then I sprinkled the salt in, and now I'm mixing the salt in. And I did that the way that I did it because now I'm going to come behind it with something else. And this is where it's going to throw a couple white people and black people off. You got to have a little sugar. Sugar for what? Sugar is to cut the sugar is to cut the sodium intake. Yeah, people don't realize that. That's like with spaghetti too. There's some people out there who disagree with the recipe, but if you want to cut the level of sodium in your spaghetti sauce, then you're gonna give a little bit of sugar to that spaghetti sauce. So you cut that. You need to cut it. I have to go like Yo Gotti sometimes when I talk about you gotta cut it. You gotta cut that shit. And so I just cut it with a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, because that's that sodium right there. And I had to offset it. So from here, if you want to, you can add some carrots. I know people who like carrots in there. You can put some onions. Whatever you want to make your coleslaw the way you want it to taste. But this is the way I like mine. I'll put it in here in the fridge so it'll be cold. Only took, what, 12 minutes? Damn. 12 minutes to make at least 6 to 8 servings of coleslaw for myself and for anybody else who come over and partake in eating with me. So my hot dogs are now boiling pretty good because it has been 12 minutes. 12 minutes of a hot dog is, well, it's time to eat. So I got everything made up. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my countertops off and all of that good stuff. Turn my hot dogs off. Yeah, I see them dogs. I don't know if you can see them dogs, but you know, whatever. Oh shit, steam. Well, I forgot. But yeah. So that's how you do that, man, and that's how you take care of yourself and make sure that you eating well on these holidays and you're not eating this food to sacrifice to idols and shit. And they praying up to a fake ass God that's not even blessing this paganistic ass day that they have out here trying to call a holy day. It's not no damn holy day. But they'll call it that shit if you let them. You don't ever say nothing about it. It ain't no fucking holy day. So, yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the tutorial. Go ahead and make you some of that coleslaw, man, to see how it turned out for you. And let me know. This is your boy D-Mac, man. Y'all know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but food will always heal you. I'm out. Peace out, lovey. Love you.